Hey, what's up guys? We're back at it again. I've been playing a different deck every day and learning from the best players in the world how to play. And today I'm going to be sharing some of the strongest and most fun decks in the meta. And if you want to see more of any of the decks, check out the pinned comment for a full video. Let's get right into some games and assert dominance. Lots of love to everyone that's using credit code SIRTAG to make this channel possible. Yo, this guy finished top 53 in the world, and his name is Hard Counter. So is he actually going to fulfill the prophecy? Will he hard counter me, or are we going to hard counter him? So I'm going to go for a Hog Rider, and we'll find out. Royal Ghost means that he might end up having a 3 Musketeer deck or a P.E.K.K.A deck, and it's looking like 3 Musketeers after seeing the Bar Barrel. Generally, in this type of matchup, if we are unsure of what our opponent's going to have, I don't want to be spending that much Elixir. So I'm going to go in for a Firecracker here, and then I'm going to go Ice Golem. I'm not going to drop my Skeletons just yet, because there's a high chance that he's going to have other Bridge Spam cards. I'm gonna have to drop my Skeletons now to fully surround the Ghost, so I won't have to spend any extra Elixir on that. I'm gonna wait for the Bandit to dash on one of the Skeletons, and then we can mini P.E.K.K.A afterward. Wait, what is this deck? Dude, I am so weirded out by the fact that you're gonna end up having Cannon Card too. I thought for sure it was gonna be 3 Musketeers, but I guess it's a funky Bridge Spam deck. We are able to finish off the Royal Ghost and bombard the rest of his units utilizing like an Ice Golem and Bats card combination. Just a little bit sketchy. Maybe the Skeletons can come down in time to save our butt. Oh man, we've got 2 Bats left over and they needed to fulfill the mission. Somehow, some way. Okay, well that's not the mission we were actually having you go on. We didn't want you to get it turned into piggies, bros. Okay though, as long as we're able to stifle the Mother Witch and get the mini P.E.K.K.A counter pushing, we might be able to get an okay Elixir trade here. Fortunately for us, mini P.E.K.K.A plus Log is able to capture the entirety of the health of the Bandit. So then maybe I can go for a Hog Rider, just because his Elixir is a bit lower right now. He ended up dropping a Bandit when he didn't want to, so he's going to have to go Ghost. We should be able to pull that to the other side using our Ice Golem, and we're getting a good positive Elixir trade with that. Because we caught a Royal Ghost and a Bar Barrel, which is 5 Elixir, and the Hog Rider is only 4, and also the rest of his units aren't going to do anything to me, so we'll take that trade all day long. Alright, what happens here? Currently up by 100 HP against a hard counter guy. Please don't have Elite Barbarians, Mini P.E.K.K.A, and Tornado tucked away in a corner, man. If you're that type of dude, then I don't know what to say. That would be like the ultimate troll gameplay. I'm going to go in for Skellies here, and then we have Mini P.E.K.K.A for the majority of his spam. Generally, Mini P.E.K.K.A is going to be best served against all the Battle Rams or Ram Rider, depending on the deck. Obviously, we already saw Battle Ram, so that is going to be the card that he's going to be choosing today. We're going to go in for an Ice Golem here so the Bandit doesn't dash into our stuff. Then I can follow through with the Hog Rider and then Bats as well. If you think about it, after the guy uses his Mother Witch, he has no way of complementing the Bats in any fashion that we're scared of, you know? You want to be able to attack the Bats, but what are you going to do? Are you just going to go in for cards that I don't care about? I don't know. Alright, so he's probably going to go for Mother Witch. Let's go in for an Ice Golem here and then maybe get like Skeletons and all this other stuff down just to be able to body block just long enough. Obviously, I thought I was dropping something else and I didn't, so that was a huge misplay. I massively misplayed. That was not supposed to be Bats. That was supposed to be an Ice Golem. Feels bad. I don't know how I misclicked that. Well, I guess we're making the game significantly more spicy for you guys. No big deal, no big deal. We're going to get Skeletons down to body block. We can get Bats down here as well. He's not going to be able to afford the Mother Witch immediately. We can get an Ice Golem down, so when he does go for the Mother Witch, it's going to lock onto the wrong thing. 5 seconds remaining. Please, let me win this game. Please let me win this game. The Royal Ghost isn't going to lock on, and we walk away the win! Let's go! Even though I fumbled the bag and dropped Bats into a Mother Witch by accident, misclicking my cards, we still beat a top ladder player. And after beating Hard Counter, we're at 8,300 in the world. We got a game against Eduardo, and he's a part of the Let's Rock clan. He's going to be rocking with Golem, or he's going to be running something different. Let's go in for an Ice Golem in the back and be partial to Golem, you know? Maybe we can summon the Golem in the back. One of the most fun matchups to play against is Golem with this deck because you can just stack an insane amount of Firecrackers. So he's going to go in for an interesting Phoenix and Fireball. Not necessarily something that I would ever anticipate or guess. So I'm going to go in for a Hog Rider on the left-hand side and follow up with Bats so he can't easily activate King Tower. So unfortunately for us, he's going to end up having Elite Barbarians. I'm going to go for an Ice Golem here, and maybe we can go and Shimmy and pull the Elite Barbarians into the Firecracker and Skeletons afterward. This looks to be okay, right? We're not going to lose our Firecracker here unless she just doesn't hit the E-Barb. Okay, thank goodness. I was like, if she doesn't want to live, then we won't be able to keep her alive, but she should run away from that. If I had enough Elixir for the Earthquake is more immediate than a Log. So when you see a Goblin Gang or Skeleton Army defending your Hog Rider, you want to be dropping that Earthquake to immediately ransack their defense. Because then you're able to get more damage with your Hog Rider if you clean up their units a bit quicker. So what are we going to do here? If we go in for an Ice Golem in the back, we got met with like, oh wow, he's literally got Golem. He seriously got Golem Fireball. I didn't expect this. So probably one of my favorite matchups with the deck, just based off of the fact of how many firecrackers I can stack. He does have arrows and he's got fireballs, so it's going to be harder for me to stack up firecrackers like I typically would. But just know this is going to be a fun time. So he's going to go in for an Electro Dragon. That's going to get destroyed, right? Pretty confident that it's going to be difficult for him to defend this, right? If we go in for a Hog Rider and then we just use our mini pack on defense, he's not going to have much elixir left over because he dropped the Electro Dragon and then he also ended up probably fireballing me too. So if you spend that amount of elixir, there's no shot that you're going to be able to stop me. Especially if I go in for a Firecracker in the middle. So this is how I like to play against Golem players. Just defending with Ice Golems and Mini P.E.K.K.A.s for 6 elixir total. Meanwhile, you go in for a Hog Rider on the other side. And if they don't defend the Hog Rider, it's going to take their entire tower out. You can cycle multiple Mini P.E.K.K.A.s as well if they go for Elite Barbarians, just like I did. And I think that melts the E-Barb without any damage on my right-hand side. So I'm currently in a position where my tower on the left is very low. But I think we can take his 3 crown to an all-time low with a Bats push here. He's likely going to go in for a Goblin Gang if I had to guess. If not, the Bats are just going to do so much damage. Kind of sort of have to go for a Goblin Gang, and that's what we're expecting. So we're going to go in for a Log here, and then I'm just going to try to go for an Ice Golem Kite on top of the Electro Dragon to pull it to the other side, maybe. If he goes E-Barbs, we might just go all in. You know what? Yeah, he's going to go for E-Barbs on defense here, so let's go in for a Firecracker and go in for a Bats and have the Ice Golem slow everything down. And I'm pretty confident that I'll be able to 3-crown him eventually. I don't know if the Hog Rider is going to get that last hit. We put in so much damage. So he's going to go in for a Goblin Gang here. I know that the Electro Dragon could be quite problematic if the game extends a little bit farther, but I don't think it will. Maybe we're going to take some extra damage here, but I believe that the Bats and Hog Rider are going to put him in the danger zone. Yeah, GG and well played. Really easy win. As you guys can see, if you guys are struggling about playing against Golem, this deck rocks it. And now we've climbed up to 6,800 in the world. All right, jump into the game. This guy's going to have a Skeleton Barrel in the banner. So I'm going to go for Hog Rider, generally the best starting play with this deck. If your opponent doesn't have a building and cycle, you're going to get a tremendous amount of damage. I think it's going to be Mega Knight. Wait, no. No, not this deck. This is the one matchup that I look at and I'm scared of. Every other matchup in the game, maybe like Lava Hound Arrows would be a little bit scary, but this is the worst. Because the Bomb Tower completely incinerates our Hog Rider plus Earthquake push. When we drop 7 elixir, we only get Earthquake damage. If he decides to go for Tornado against our Hog Rider, we're going to have a sad time. So we're going to try to get an Ice Golem in front of our Hog Rider so he can't Tornado it because he just uses Bomb Tower. So he has to deal with the Ice Golem first before he's able to Tornado the Hog Rider. Oh, he tried to do it anyway. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about, guys. So if you can outcycle their Bomb Tower somehow and force them in a situation where they only have Tornado for your Hog Rider and you get an Ice Golem in front of the Hog Rider, that's how you win this matchup. It's not easy to do, but since you have a quick card cycle of Skeletons, Ice Golem, and Log, a lot of times you can make it happen. So one of the scariest matchups in the world we might be able to beat. This would be awesome because it's literally the worst matchup for our deck. So what are we going to do here? If I can go in for like Mini P.E.K.K.A.s on top of the Wall Breakers, it one-shots the Wall Breakers. So instead of dropping a Log, I think dropping a Mini P.E.K.K.A. is a little bit better. And the reason why I like dropping Mini P.E.K.K.A. is because also if he decides going for like a Miner plus Wall Breakers push, you guys already know the deal, it's not going to work out as well for me. I'm going to try to go for Skeletons here and keep our Firecracker alive. If you guys have noticed anything, I keep those things alive all day long. So I can cycle more Hog Riders as well. He's dropping a Magic Archer right down the middle. I wonder if the Firecracker's shimmying off to the side so it doesn't get hit. Firecracker, you're so smart for a second. One more shot, one more shot. No. Ah, that's awful. I wonder if he has enough elixir, though. He's not going to be back to Tornado, right? Oh, come on. Come on, bro. I guess he knew that activating King Tower was going to be impossible at the health of the Hog Rider, but yeah, I mean, that would have been funny if he did that. So we're able to one-tap the rest of the Magic Archer. I could maybe go in for an Earthquake on top of Spear Goblins. He missed it. Oh my gosh. This guy must be so tilted right now. He must be tilted out of his mind. The Firecracker is going to be able to splash onto the tower. We can even go for Skeletons here if we want. Get back to another Ice Golem. Yo, when he's tilted, we got to tilt him even harder with our Firecracker. That's what this deck does. I'm sure you guys are going to see it multiple times throughout the day that people just rage quit against this. Because if you're able to stack up Firecrackers or go for Hog Riders, even when they have multiple answers in their deck, a lot of times they're just not going to be mentally prepared for it.
Leave me alone!
So that's what we're going to be rolling with. We're going to Log right now. We're going to miss one of the Spear Goblins, which is totally okay. I don't think it's going to do that much damage as long as we can get another Hog Rider through. He's going to miss the Bomb Tower again, and then I think we walk away with a win. So that was a ridiculously easy victory. We'll bounce on the next one and keep climbing up ladder. GG Ram. Is this guy going to have Battle Ram, or is he going to try to go in for some Ram Riders? We'll figure it out. He's going to be a part of Nova Esports. That's where we started our journey. That was where little Jake was born. Everyone was. I think B-Rad, myself, most of the top content creators were all from Nova originally. It's interesting. We went full circle. We're playing against it again. I didn't even know they were still in Clash Royale. All right, we're going to go in for arrows here to finish off the Firecracker. Genuinely looking like an interesting deck. Oh, wow, he's going to have Ram Rider. He's staying true to his name. Hopefully he doesn't give me the GG Ram. We want to make sure the Ram Rider is always going to be bustling towards our hut. So we're going to go and give him some hugs with the Hog Rider. I love calling it the Hog Rider. Ever since I made that one mistake, it's just been the name that I like saying. So we're going to be able to get a bunch of damage on top of the tower and also his Bandit. Bandit is not that good of a card for him in this type of environment because if you think about it from this perspective, Bandit's never going to be able to dash on my tower if we have recruits and we also end up having Barb Hut on the field. These are the cards that counter Bridge Spam. So what are we going to do? Are we just going to chill, relax, and wait? Because in this type of matchup, it's generally the opponent that's going to be spamming more stuff into you in single elixir, trying to find openings, because in the later stages, when you have enough elixir for royal recruits and having that Barb Hut on the field, pretty much impossible for them to break through, right? So he's going to go in for a Firecracker. Another good element about this deck is you're going to have double small spells. So if you hate playing against Logbait or Firecracker, and you're just like, these cards are the bane of my existence, well, they're not going to be existing for long. We're going to be able to go in for a Fly Machine here. I could cycle back to Zappies if the Inferno Dragon's on that. Oh, he's got Fireball. Another card that Royal Recruits typically struggle with. But my Hog Rider, it doesn't care. It's hugging that cannon cart. Okay, so wait, does that get a hit too? No way, dude. It countered a cannon cart and it still got a shot at the tower. That's awesome. Wow, that's crazy, man. Even if the Bandit ends up dashing on top of your Barb Barrel will still stay strong, while the Bandit's like, that's wrong, man. That's a -1 trade, and you still end up starting me down. Like, that's crazy that the Bandit's -1 there, and that it still doesn't break through. Even though it's a legendary card that's supposed to dash and do a lot of damage. Like, you would assume if you messed up your defenses that it would be able to break through, but it doesn't. All right, so he's going to Fireball because he's frustrated by the hut. I bet you he goes in for a Ram Rider soon. I'm psyched for the Ram Rider. That's what I want to see, because you won't have Fireball in cycle. You know what? What if I drop my Zappies to reset your Inferno Dragons, make sure the recruits on the right-hand side will be able to put on some pressure to force out some extra elixir, and then I can go in for a Hog Rider here, and then arrows on everything at once. I'm going to wait a split second because I want to hit a Bandit as well. No, the Bandit was invulnerable. That's unfortunate. Well, no, it got nicked by the arrows for a short sec. Not exactly what we were hoping for. We were hoping for a little bit more than that. We're a Barb Barrel, and this time the Bandit doesn't dash on it. We go for another Barb Hut. You guys see how good this deck is on defense? Like, seriously. If your opponent's got Bridge Spam, what are they going to be doing? They're going to be spamming into Barbarians every single time. So I'm going to go for arrows here. It looks like the Lumberjack is just gone, and I wonder if he's going to spam again. His only damage this entire game has been Fireball damage on my tower. Is that all he's going to get? No, he's not even Fireballing my tower anymore. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so for the rest of the game, you guys can see beating Bridge Spam is easy. So now our mission is to take both towers at the same time. Can we do it? Can we get a Hog Rider hit in time? No. You know it's in your favor when you're trying to take 2 towers to win the game at the same time. If you hate Bridge Spam, you'll love this deck. What's up, brother? So he's not going to be cycle much at the start. He's just chilling and relaxing. And oh, wow, I could not have been more wrong. He is flinging a Skeleton Barrel at me. So I could go for the Dark Prince just to charge and finish off the majority of the skeletons and not overcommit. I'm going to take 500 damage, but with my elixir advantage, I can fling a lightning at my opponent to fiercely finish off the skeletons and the witch. And now he's going to have to expend more elixir, probably a giant skeleton or something of the sort. Skeleton army. Okay. There's got to be a clone deck, right? I was expecting it to be a giant skeleton clone deck after we saw the witch and also the skeleton barrel. Whenever someone goes skeleton barrel at the start and they don't end up having a Mega Knight bait deck with Inferno Dragon, you can safely assume that it's going to be a conniving clone deck. So we're going to Sparky directly into the bowler. This is looking pretty good. It's interesting to play against bowler so often today. Like, I feel like most of my games have been having bowler in it. I'm going to Barb Barrel and roll through and finish off all the skeletons so it doesn't distract my Sparky for too long. Can the Sparky stay alive? Yo, barely long enough just to get the last shot on the bowler. That's what we needed. And now the Spear Goblins pop through, and they're like, wait, where did all the skeletons go? They were in my face, but the arrows are my guardian angels. So that was good. I think I'm in a pretty good spot. We know that our opponent is likely going to go in for a Skeleton Barrel whenever he gets the chance, and we'll just go for a Hunter every time. Generally, if he's going to have Goblin Barrel, you can drop your Hunter directly behind the tower and fully counter the Goblin Barrel for a -1 trade, but you have a Hunter at full HP counter pushing, and they get 0 damage. Yes, a Hunter can fully counter a Goblin Barrel. So the guy is going to go in for another bowler in the back. The bats plus bowler might be enough to finish off the Dark Prince. Honestly, I don't know this interaction. Yeah, okay. He didn't know it either. He thought he was safe for a second. He spent a bunch of elixir and it didn't work out in his favor. So I'm going to go in for a Barbarian Barrel here. It's all weird to play ladder and never know what's going to happen. Like, this deck is straight out of, like, I don't know, Crazy Town. It's awesome to play so many creative strategies from opponents because then the game never gets boring or old. You're always adapting on the fly and always learning new interactions. Like a Dark Prince breaks through bats and a bowler to hit the tower there while it's charging. So I want to go in for a Goblin Giant on the left-hand side, and the reason why I think this is going to be successful is because the Goblin Giant is going to allow me to take both towers here compared to our opponent only focusing on just one. And as long as I'm able to protect ourselves from the bowler and it doesn't take out my entire tower, it should be a good trade for me. Awesome. Yeah, 400 HP. Wait, maybe it wasn't good. Because now I'm having to second guess myself. Even if I take the tower on the left, can I guarantee that I'm going to be able to take it? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm hoping I can. I'm going to go for a lightning here. I will have to arrows on top of a skeleton barrel. He had bowler tornadoes, so he is going to be able to shut that down. This is really unfortunate. I might have lost. He's going to have poison, so I need to go for a Dark Prince just to prevent that. Lightning does 420 damage. Arrows do 147, so together they do 567 total. So it's not going to be enough for taking out the tower. And he's definitely going to be able to defend before he gets back to a poison, right? Unless I get super lucky with the Goblin Giant. Come on, Shrek. Show us what's up. Show us what's good, Shrek. Don't let me lose this game. All right, I'm going to go for a lightning last second. That's 580. It's still not enough for us to arrows. We need to hit. We need to hit. Let's go. Wow. I thought I was going to have to race to arrows by the time he poisoned, but arrows wouldn't have done enough. So without that Shrek hit, I would have simply lost the game. We put our full faith in Shrek, and he didn't fail us. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an incredible rest of your day.